Hello everybody, my name is Shankarji. Now we'll be studying chapter 5, what books and burials tell us. Because we have to learn something from the previously recorded books, the ancient books which we have found in the sites, in the various archaeological sites. And we also found lots of burial sites. So we are going to study about the ancient books and burial sites which we have found, and we will interpret like how the ancient people lived. We discovered one of the oldest books in the world. They are known as the Vedas. They are divided into 4 different Vedas, namely the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda. The Rigveda is the oldest of them. So these are very precious manuscripts which we have found in the various archaeological sites. So if you look carefully, the oldest Veda is the Rigveda, which was composed more than 3,500 years ago by the ancient Indus Valley civilization people. We call them Aryans, which we will discuss later as well. It contains more than 1,000 hymns known as suktas. They are well said verses. They are known as suktas. So these hymns praise various gods and goddesses. For example, Agni, the fire god, Indra, a warrior god, and Soma, a plant from which a special drink was prepared. They were composed by the ancient rishis. They are also known as sages, and they were taught by the priests, the holy men performing various divine sacrifices or something holy, some holy rituals in the name of worship. These were composed by sages and taught by priests. The whole Vedas, it was composed in the Sanskrit language, and Sanskrit language is considered to be one of the oldest languages in the whole world. And if you look carefully, it was also the origin of all the further Indo-European languages, including English. The language which we speak as the official language of the whole world in generally, English, it also belongs to the Indo-European family, which derived from Sanskrit. So English is also part of our Indo-European family of languages. And Sanskrit is one of the earliest known languages, which led to the development of further Indo-European languages like English. So for example, even English belongs to this family. Now, how historians study the Rigveda? Now we'll study a little bit further regarding the Rigveda. Historians found out that some of the hymns in the Rigveda are in the form of dialogues. For example, a dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and 2 rivers, Beas and Sutlej, that were worshipped as goddesses. Beas and Sutlej are the 2 rivers which are part of Punjab, because Punjab is a state which has 5 rivers: Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Sutlej. So Beas and Sutlej is part of the 5 rivers of Punjab, which is there in modern day India and Pakistan. A dialogue between a sage named Vishwamitra and 2 rivers, Beas and Sutlej, are mentioned in detail in the form of dialogues that were worshipped as goddesses. Rigveda is composed of hymns and dialogues. So the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and the Atharvaveda, these are the 4 Vedas. Together all the 4 Vedas are known as the Vedas. The knowledge contained in the Vedas are infinite. It's like they have tremendous knowledge which even modern day scientists are studying, because they have mentioned about all the aspects of the universe. Scientists are amazed to find that they have mentioned a lot of things about science and technology and the universe, and also mathematics. So the Vedas, it was a great and wonderful, magnificent discovery for mankind. And so we'll discuss about cattle, horses and chariots. There are many prayers in the Rigveda for cattle, children, especially sons, and horses. Horses were yoked, that means connected to chariots that were used in battles which were fought to capture cattle, land, water, and to capture other people, to make them work for you in the form of slaves, etc. So the wealth was divided among the leaders, the priests or the holy men, and the rest of the people. So some wealth was used for the performance of yajnas, also known as yagnas or yajnas. Like these sacrifices were meant to please various gods and goddesses. Offerings were given into the fire by constructing a fire pit, and along by saying a particular hymns, they used to offer a lot of sacrifices. So example, ghee, grain, flowers, animals, etc. were offered into the offering pit, also known as the sacrificial pit. So most men took part in warfare, and adequate training was given to them, because wars had to be fought either for attacking or for defending. We'll discuss a new topic. Words to describe people. Like, what are the few words used to describe these ancient people? They are also known as the Vedic people. So mainly they were divided into 2 groups. known as the Brahmins and the Rajas, because these were the administrative class and they used to manage the rest of the people. And two words were generally used to describe all the people together. They are known as Jana or Vish. Like the people who compose the hymns or these hymns call themselves Aryas or Aryans, and call their opponents Dasas or Dasyus. Later the term Dasa came to mean slave. They can usually slaves are usually captured or bought. Like slave trade was very common at the time, like when two or more kings fought against each other, the kings who won, they captured the booty. It's called the war booty. They captured the war belongings and including people. So they were termed as Dasas. These people enslaved them. The victorious kings used them to make the slaves do whatever they want, all kinds of work. And sometimes the slaves were either captured or they can also be bought with a particular amount of money. So later the term Dasa came to mean slave or slavery. Now we'll take a look at a new topic. Silent sentinels, the story of the megaliths. What do you mean by these megaliths? Literally big stones. Megaliths, big stones. They were mainly used to mark burial sites because the people who were dead, they need a place to be buried. So these megaliths were usually used to mark burial sites, and this practice started around 3000 years ago. It was very much common, it was very much popular, prevalent in the Deccan area, the Deccan Plateau, which covers Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, a little bit of Andhra Pradesh, like Telangana, maybe northern Karnataka. So these areas. And South India, maybe Tamil Nadu, Kerala, even Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. Northeastern India, we have Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, Northeast India, and also Jammu and Kashmir, but mainly Kashmir. It was very much popular. A lot of megalithic sites have been found in Kashmir as well. So now we'll take a look at a particular very interesting kind of megalith known as a cyst megalith. Like it's a wonderful concept. It's made of circular, large big stones were laid in circular style, in a circle style, with small circular or little bit of irregular shapes like this. And then this was the burial area. The dead were buried over here, and they were brought like this. These were sometimes known as portholes. So this is a general form. This is an example of a megalith. They can be of other geometrical shapes like square, rectangle. This is known as a cyst megalith, which is circular in shape. So however, all megaliths were used to bury the dead people, and they used to mark by the big stones known as the megaliths. Generally the dead were buried with distinctive pots called black and red ware. And also tools and weapons of iron were also found. Then sometimes horse skeletons, equipments and ornaments of stone and gold were also found. So these are some of the common findings which were found in the megaliths. If you look carefully, the burial differences indicate that there was difference in status among the buried people. Like the rich were buried slightly differently, the poor were buried slightly differently according to their status which they held in the society when they were alive. One more important point is, like certain burial sites were reserved only for kings, certain burial sites were reserved only for the Brahmins, certain burial sites remained for the other kind of people. So reservation was there. These were some of the basic concepts. Now we'll take a look at a special burial site known as Inamgaon. So where is this Inamgaon site located? Inamgaon site is located on the sides of the river Gode, which is a major tributary of the Bhima river. You can find it on the various maps of India. If you look carefully, it was occupied between 3600 to 2700 years ago. Here, the dead adults were buried straight in the ground with their heads facing towards the north. So that was a very characteristic trademark feature of this Inamgaon site. Sometimes burials were done on the megalith sites, or sometimes it was done in the houses in which they lived. They were buried over there as well, but only sometimes. One major example is one man was found buried in a clay jar, like something just like an Egyptian mummy. Like the body was placed inside the clay jar, just superimposing the body, and the dead body was found in a cross-legged position. It just reminds us of the Egyptian mummy system. The ancient Indus Valley civilization had similarities with not only Egyptian civilization, and we also have similarities with the Chinese civilization. Archaeologists, historians and scientists are studying various aspects of this Inamgaon site even now. And it led us to find out various occupations at Inamgaon Archaeologists found lots of seeds of wheat, barley, rice, pulses, etc. along with plant and animal food remains in a lot of their sites, in the Inamgaon sites. So this proves that those people were very much into agriculture, and they were also eating a variety of plants and animals. It's a very useful link in studying the similarities of Indus Valley civilization with Egyptian civilization and with the Chinese civilization, because it had similarities with the Chinese civilization as well. Now we'll come to some important dates. Beginning of the composition of the Vedas, or the Vedic composition, began around approximately 3500 years ago. So the beginning of the megalithical construction, or the beginning of construction of the megaliths, started around approximately 3000 years ago. Then settlement at Inamgaon took place between 3600 to 2700 years ago. Then Cherica, the great sage, Cherica was an ancient sage. He is considered to be the father of Ayurveda. That's why he has been given the nickname as the father of Ayurveda, which is a very natural and holistic way of healing things. So Cherica, the father of Ayurveda, lived around approximately 2000 years ago. So these are some of the important dates. Like in this way you can study various aspects of this chapter. What books and burials tells us. They tell us a lot. They tell us a lot about the ancient people who lived a long time back. So you can also do a lot of history projects and have fun while doing it. And if you have any doubts or suggestions, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.